This is just a short video about yoga breathing. Now we all know that we're breathing all the time. It would be pretty awkward if we didn't know what breathing was. But many people will either breathe too much in their stomach, which sort of looks like this if I overdo it a little bit. Or some people will breathe too much in their chest, which is like... So it's either one, usually. Now, proper yoga breathing is when you clearly breathe from the stomach up to the chest. So that's the first proper yoga breathing. So if I hold my shirt a little bit tight, you will see it very clearly, right? It's pretty tight now. So it's, in this case, in through the nose and out through the mouth. And give it a little push when you blow it out. So you're going to get this. And if after that you just wait a little bit, then you will realize that actually you feel the oxygen go in every part of your body. Now you can exaggerate this a little bit, and the exaggeration that I'm going to show you, you should practice it either sitting or lying down. It's not a very good idea to do it standing up because you might get a little bit light in the head, especially if you're not well practiced. And because of that, because of the vast amount of oxygen you create, you might even faint. Which doesn't really happen when you're sitting down or you're lying down, but it might happen when you're standing up. And the reason is because your balance might just get off a little bit. Now, it works like this, and it's a little bit overdone, but so you get an idea of it, okay? So. And after you've done that, you feel the oxygen really go to every little part of your body, including your fingertips and your toes, every little bit of your body. You can feel the oxygen go there. Now you might want to be doing this 3, 4, 5 times in a row. So if you've done this 3 or 4 or 5 times in a row, it's quite enough. And you can actually practice this at least twice or thrice a day. So try to do that for yourself once you're settled in. So that's one exercise. This is the exercise, and I actually call it the pump. This exercise with that specific breathing method of the stomach. Another exercise which helps a lot is just what I showed you, the full yoga breath, which is actually, it starts in the stomach, it goes up and it ends up in the chest. And we call that the wave. So it's actually a wave. You might call it a wave of bliss. So the wave actually happens like this. So hold it and slowly out through the mouth. And it's this point where you slowly breathe out through the mouth that you feel it going through the entire body. Do it one more time. Hold it. You might think to yourself, what is this sort of wind sound that you're trying to make with your mouth? Well, that is actually part of the exercise. So try to make this wind sound because it actually helps you to visualize how the air completely divides itself through the entire body, the vehicle that we present ourselves with. So these are two very important methods to use in order to get your oxygen levels up. There are many more methods, but these are just two methods that I really believe that will help you come through this crisis. And what it actually does is, if you do this often enough, it builds up the capacity of your lungs. And when the capacity of your lungs is built up, and you know that COVID is one of the diseases that actually attacks your lungs and makes it very difficult to breathe, and hence the lower oxygen levels in your body makes you vulnerable to the disease, and even more. So then in that sense, it works exponentially. The more your levels go down, the more you become vulnerable, the more sick you will get. So try to do this, and specifically long before you even come to this point where you start to feel sick. Usually we always start to really work very hard on certain subjects once we feel that things aren't going so well. Well, we should be doing them before that moment. So try to work with this vehicle that the body is, in order to really make sure that you are not so vulnerable to diseases and that you are strong. So I hope you can try this at home, and do it at least twice or thrice a day to build up that lung capacity, and through doing that, build up your immune system. Namaste.